SSH by Sonia Hicks. Introduction to SSH. SSH, or Secure Shell, is a widely used network protocol and cryptographic tool that plays a critical role in securing communication over untrusted networks. It was created to solve security problems with earlier, less secure remote login techniques like FTP and Telnet. SSH ensures data integrity, confidentiality, and authentication by offering a safe and encrypted channel for establishing connections with distant servers and systems. Since its main purpose is to enable secure and remote access to servers and devices, system admins, developers, and anyone else who might need a safe access to computing resources across the internet or local networks will find this to be extremely important. Overview of OpenSSH on Linux. OpenSSH, or Open Secure Shell, is an open source implementation of the SSH protocol widely used in Linux. The main purpose of OpenSSH is to create safe, encrypted connections to distant servers and devices. Users can safely access services operating on remote servers by using OpenSSH secure tunneling and port forwarding techniques. OpenSSH configuration. Step 1. If OpenSSH is not already installed, use the appropriate package manager for your Linux distribution to install it. You can do this by using the following. Number 2. Check SSH service status. After installation, check the status of the service to ensure it's running. 3. Secure SSH configuration. You can do this by opening the SSH server config and editing it. 4. Allow specific users. To restrict SSH access to specific users, add or modify the Allow Users directive in the configuration file. 5. Configure key-based authentication. To enhance security, configure key-based authentication. Generate an SSH key pair on the client machine. You can do this by using this code snippet. OpenSSH configuration continued. 6. Disable root login. To improve security, disable root login. 7. Firewall settings. Open the SSH port in your server's firewall. The default port is 22. You can allow it using UFW on Ubuntu. 8. Restart SSH. After making configuration changes, restart the SSH service to apply them. 9. Test SSH connection. Test your configuration by connecting from a client machine. You can do this by using the following. Hardening recommendations for SSH. Change the default SSH port. One of the simplest ways to reduce automated attacks is to change the default port. This makes it harder for automated scanners to find your SSH service. Disable SSH Protocol 1. Disabling Protocol version 1 in your SSH configuration. SSH 2 is considered more secure and should be the only protocol allowed. Use TCP wrappers or firewall rules. Implement firewall rules or TCP wrappers to restrict SSH access to specific IP addresses or ranges. This limits potential sources of SSH attacks. How to change the default SSH port. To change the port for added security, open the configuration file found here. Locate the line with port 22 and change it to your desired port. Then save the file and restart the service. Next, update your firewall rules to allow traffic on the new port. Changing the port helps deter common attacks targeting the default port. Remember to use the new port when connecting. Disabling SSH Protocol 1. To disable SSH Protocol 1 in OpenSSH for better security, first open the configuration file. Then find the line containing Protocol 2, 1 or Protocol 1, 2. Change it to Protocol 2 to allow only SSH Protocol 2. Save and restart the service. This change ensures that your OpenSSH server only accepts more secure SSH Protocol 2 connections. Use TCP wrappers or firewall rules. How to use TCP wrappers or firewall rules to harden OpenSSH. TCP wrappers. Edit this file to allow specific IP addresses using this. Edit this file to deny all other hosts. Firewall rules using IP tables. Allow SSH from specific IPs using these commands. Deny SSH from all other sources using these commands. Save your IP tables rules. Remember to adjust the IP addresses and rules according to your specific needs and test changes carefully to avoid unintended consequences.